match. The video package basically featured the Austin McMahon feud, showing the lead up to this point. And then they'd start out with the number 1 and 2 entrants, which would be both Stone Cold Steve Austin and Vince McMahon.
Austin would start just kicking the shit out of him.
Yeah, right off the bat. The next would be Golga from the Oddities at number 3. 4 would be Draws. We're just going to run through the entrance, and then we'll go down to the eliminations and everything else in between. Then
like how we done it.
Yeah, like how we always do it. Then number 5 would be Edge. Number 6 would be Gilbert. Number 7 would be Steve Blackman. Number 8, Dan Severn. Number 9, Tiger Alley Scene. Number 10, the Blue Meanie. Number 11 was technically supposed to be Mosh, but then ended up being Viscera, or Mabel, I should say. Number 12 was Road Dogg. Number 13 was Gangrel. Number 14 was Kurgan, also of the Oddities. Number 15 was Al Snow. Number 16 was Goldust. Number 17 was The Godfather. Number 18 was Kane. Number 19 was Ken Shamrock. Number 20 was Billy Gunn. And then number 21 was Test. Following that would be number 22, the Big Boss Man. 23, Triple H. 24, Val Venus. Number 25, X-Pac. Number 26, Mark Henry. Number 27, Double J, Jeff Jarrett. Number 28, D'Lo Brown. 29, Owen Hart. And the final entry, number 30, Chyna. First ever woman to ever participate in the Royal Rumbles match.
Yes.
All right, then going into the eliminations, so Gogo would be eliminated by Austin here. Then eventually Austin and McMahon would make their way through the crowd. They'd fight their way up to the top of the building.
Made it to the concessions.
Yeah, concession area. Then they'd eventually go into the women's bathroom, which would end up being like a setup and a plot, because then Austin would be jumped by the corporation who was involved, and and then they'd all jump him, and then they'd weigh him out. He'd be stretchered off. Loaded into an ambulance, and they drive him away. Then also, during this, while this is going on, there's actually Draws would enter the ring, and then Edge would enter. Then we'd have the match continue.
Yep.
So then Gilbert would be eliminated by Edge. He was in there, I believe, for 6 seconds is what I ended up reading when I was going over some of the research for this as well.
Wow.
Then Dan Severn would be eliminated by Mabel, Steve Blackman. So Dan Severn, Steve Blackman, Tiger Alley Scene, the Blue Meanie, and Draws would all be eliminated by Mabel. So
yeah,
Mabel would get 5 eliminations here.
Yeah, he was clearing house.
Yeah, so then also
the lights went out.
The lights would go out then, and then it would be
the Ministry.
Yeah, well, first I forgot to mention Edge would be eliminated by Road Dogg. Then Midian, Farouk, and Bradshaw would all attack Mabel from behind, and then he'd, I guess, get eliminated in the process while this is going on. Then Undertaker and Paul Bearer would be up by the top of the entranceway, and then they continue to attack him from behind. And then later on, as this match is still going on, they'd attack him, and then you put him into the back of a hearse, and they drive him off, which this would lead from the transition from Mabel to Viscera in the Ministry of Darkness. So then after that, we had Gangrel would be eliminated by Road Dogg. Al Snow would be eliminated by Road Dogg. Road Dogg would be eliminated by Kane, along with Kurgan, The Godfather, Goldust. Yeah, so he'd eliminate a few people as well. Then Kane would get eliminated by himself because he'd go over the top, and then I guess eliminate himself because I guess they're saying that
because Kane was in a little issue on Raw, he was kind of like he was not agreeing with the corporation.
Yeah, so I guess Vince had him
threatened to put him back in the asylum.
Yeah, put him back in the insane asylum. So then the guards or whatever were coming out there, it looks like, to get him or whatever, so he'd fight him off, then he'd chase him off through the crowd, so then he eliminated himself in the process. Then Ken Shamrock, also during this, Austin would eventually come back.
Driving the ambulance.
He drive himself in the ambulance back into the arena. That That's one thing I'm going to say about this Rumble. Like, a lot of shenanigans, to say the least. A lot of stuff going on. It might be too much even for some people, but
Not for us.
no, I actually thought in a lot of ways it actually made it pretty entertaining.
Yeah, it kept the Rumble going.
Yeah, so eventually he'd come back. He'd eliminate Shamrock, who had entered. He'd eliminate Billy Gunn and eliminate Test. So then X-Pac would be eliminated by Boss Man. Jeff Jarrett would be eliminated by Triple H. Mark Henry would even be eliminated by Chyna.
Yeah.
And then Chyna would...
be eliminated by Stone Cold.
Mm-hmm. And then Michael Cole would give the famous line that the rattlesnake doesn't give a damn if you're a man or a woman.
Or the boss.
So then Val Venus would be eliminated by Triple H, and Triple H would be eliminated by Austin. Owen Hart would be eliminated by Austin as well. D'Lo Brown would be eliminated by Boss Man, and then Boss Man would be eliminated by Stone Cold. So, also another thing to point out here, compared to a lot of the other final 3 or 4 that we've done in the previous Rumbles that we've covered, this is definitely
the oddest.
Definitely the oddest.
Well, technically, it was the final 5 because we forgot to mention that Vince was on commentary.
No, that's what I was getting at. Yeah, but even if that wasn't the case, then the other way it'd still be awfully strange. Yeah. So then Vince was on commentary while this is going on, and then I guess it eventually come down to him and Austin. Austin would just beat him down, hit him with the stunner, and then while it looked like he was about to just
eliminate him
and get the win, The Rock would come out and distract him, and then while he was being distracted, Vince would sneak up from behind and he'd eliminate him.
Which, therefore, makes the chairman of the board the winner of the 1999
Royal Rumble match. So, they'd say he was going to WrestleMania. Then, while this is going on, Vince and Rock would just need his fight to the back. Really, it's just Austin just punching him all the way to the back. But, then Shane and Briscoe, Patterson, they'd all come out, celebrate with the beers, mock Austin. Yeah,
the I told you so.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the Royal Rumble, obviously this would lead up to a very interesting road to fit to WrestleMania 15.
Mm-hmm. Actually, because after this, they'd have St. Valentine's Day Massacre of 99, which is actually interesting that gets brought up because that is in the lineup of February. That will be one show that we plan on covering.
Yes.
So that is in the lineup. So it's funny because WrestleMania 15 was not necessarily in the lineup, but now that I think about it, maybe since we're going to be doing 2 pay-per-views leading into it, maybe it would make sense.
It's the first time we got to see The Rock and Stone Cold.
Yeah, so, since it's like, because WrestleMania, 24, for example, I have the Rumble, we've done the Rumble of 08, No Way Out of 08's in there, so, and then we got WrestleMania 24, so it's like, might as well just, maybe
continue it.
Yeah, so we're not watching all the Raws and all the stuff in between it, but we're still covering some major grounds with the pay-per-view events.
Yeah.
And then you get to see the Austin McMahon cage match and some other things, but
Paul White, Big Show's debut.
True.
Comes through the ring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's something I guess to look forward to and talk about, but so that's the Royal Rumble of 1999. Went through it kind of quickly, but the match also went actually under an hour. This is actually one of the quickest Rumbles ever done.
Really?
Yeah.
Even with all the shenanigans.
I know, which is funny. But it's kind of but yet again, in some ways it kind of makes sense because the ring never got too loaded or anything, so it kind of made quick ways of a lot of people in this one.
That's probably...
It wasn't really to the end they started getting some people in there, but even then it wasn't
crazy.
Exactly, so in a way it kind of makes sense.
Funny note, I think it's always funny hearing young Triple H talk on the microphone. I meant to mention that. Sounds so young.
Yeah, so just looking at the lineup here, now that we're basically done with the reviewing part of the show, coming up this weekend, of course, is Impact Wrestling Hard to Kill. That review and recap will be available Monday at 11. And then next weekend, we're going to hop into the Royal Rumble of 2002.
Yes.
That'll be the next JNC Rewind we do. That'll be JNC Rewind at number 10.
I'm actually very excited for that Rumble.
Mm-hmm. And then following that, we will have the Royal Rumble of 2011.
Which was the biggest Rumble ever up until 2 years ago, I believe.
Yeah, when they did the greatest Royal Rumble of all time. Then we have the Royal Rumble 2020 review and recap.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next JNC Rewind, this will be JNC Rewind. Well, 2011 will be JNC Rewind number 11.
Mm-hmm.
And that was not done on purpose. Then 12 will be No Way Out 2000. And then we will have In Your House Final Four 97. Yep. That'll be the next one after that. Then St. Valentine's Day Massacre will be in there. NXT TakeOver Portland recap. No Way Out 2008. AEW Revolution 2020. Then got all the Manias, Elimination Chamber. Yeah, so then basically the list continues. The list goes on.
Yeah, we are literally set all the way through WrestleMania 36.
Yeah, that's we're all basically all set on shows and stuff. I know that Monday was like the day that we're looking to do all the JNC radios and stuff. We still plan on doing those. It's just sometimes it's hard because like it's hard to really find like some topics that we'd like to discuss or like that really just like catch our eye, like to go through and stuff. So sometimes it is hard to do that. Although when it comes to like some of these like the Royal Rumble weekends and stuff, or the week before, I actually should say the week before pay-per-view, that's probably when you should expect things like that to be done, because like it'd be easy just like to preview like a major pay-per-view, especially like that, or really any pay-per-view in general. But so I'd say probably next weekend when we do the Rumble Vote 2, probably that Monday is when we can get that other show done and get that radio done. We're gonna try to continue to do those, but I think primarily what this program's kind of turned into is just us like reviewing and like recapping a bunch of like previous shows, which we enjoy doing, and I think that's still a good. I think it's still a good spot for us, and it's like suits our strengths, I think. So, not complaining, of course, but you know.
Yeah, probably another. I got done with the review part, so get into some quick news.
Mm-hmm. JNC Radio at JNC_radio on Twitter and Instagram. That is JNC capital ANDC _radio. Be sure to follow us on there. Be sure to like our official Facebook page. Be sure to follow us on Spreaker.com, of course. Be sure to subscribe to us on Apple Podcast. Follow us on Spotify. Just to stay up to date, and like, you know, we just appreciate the support. Be sure to check out the new JNC radio website. That is jncradio.weebly.com. Be sure to check out the lineup page on there. Like we try to run down the lineup, like, and try to like tell you guys like what's upcoming and stuff. Like if you want to see for yourself, just go on there and check it out. It is there under lineup. If you want to check out our past episodes, it's basically like an archive page where you can just go there, and it has direct links to like all of our past shows. So you can always go on there and look at that. It has every single show on there from like our first one all the way to now. Then be sure to there's a merchandise page on there. We don't have any current merch up there yet, but that's in the works. So stay tuned for that. Appreciate the support.
We love to do what we do. We do it for you guys. We do it for us. We do it for the love of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And none of this would exist without our passion for wrestling, especially all you JNC supporters out there. So we thank you. And I definitely would go check out that website. It is truly amazing.
Yeah, and then feel free to check out all the previous JNC rewinds of the past. Like I know like the pay-per-view reviews and stuff. I mean, obviously, if you ever want to check that out, we do not discourage that whatsoever. But I know, like, so, you know, with times moving past and stuff, it's hard sometimes to go and, like, you might probably have the interest to listen to some of that stuff. Unless you're, like, a new-time listener and you just want to, like, get a feel for our old content and stuff, which, you know, feel free to do so. But, but all the rewinds and stuff, totally recommend checking those out. Those are timeless, really. We talk about, like, stuff from, like, way like in the past and like previous times. I mean, that stuff will always be classics, basically.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we talk from anything